You know, it all started with those red and blue lights bouncing off the still river like some eerie light show I never asked for. My heart pounding in my chest as I stood there on the porch of my old family cabin, backpack slung over one shoulder like I was about to bolt. And there she was, Susan Hayes, the HOA dragon lady herself, screeching at the cops like a banshee, pointing right at me. That's him, the squatter. Get him out. I mean, can you imagine coming home to that mess after a long drive, thinking you'd finally escape the city grind? This cabin's been in my family forever, you see. My grandpa hammered it together back in the 70s, way before Willow Creek turned into this gated snob fest with rules for everything from grass length to breathing too loud. I'm Alex Thompson, by the way, just a regular guy, IT consultant during the week, weekend warrior at the river, craving nothing but quiet fishing and a cold beer on the dock. But Susan, oh man, she ruled that HOA like her personal kingdom, always sniffing around, arms crossed, fake smile hiding that venom, and she'd had it out for me since day one, probably because my place didn't fit her vision of upscale harmony. Too rustic, too real, you know? So there I was, cops eyeing me warily, hands on their holsters. Officer Grant leading the pack with that tired sigh like he'd dealt with Susan's nonsense a dozen times before. And behind her struts Mark Lawson, the slick HOA attorney in his pressed suit, smirking like he owned the river itself. "Sir, prove your right to be here, or vacate now," he drawls, phone out like he's filming his big win. Susan's grinning ear to ear, folding her arms triumphantly, yelling, "See? Told you he's violating everything!" The tension's thick air humming with crickets and distant water lapping, and I just pull out my folder, the one I've kept airtight since inheriting the place. Deeds, permits, county stamps gleaming under the flashlight beams. What happened next? Mark flips through it, his smug face crumbling like wet paper. Eyebrows shoot up. He stammers. This checks out, glancing at Susan like she'd led him into a trap. She blinks, mouth agape. But the rules say, and he cuts her off sharp. Rules need facts, Susan, and he's got 'em all. The cops chuckle under their breath. Officer Grant clearing his throat. "Ma'am, false alarm. We're out of here." Susan storms off red-faced, muttering threats. And me? I felt that first spark of victory, but deep down I knew this was just the opener. 'Cause folks like her don't quit when embarrassed, they double down, and boy, did she ever. Flashback a couple weeks. I'd planned this getaway for months, packing my truck while Susan lurks at the driveway edge, all sugar-coated poison. Heading to the cabin again, Alex? HOA's tightening up on absentee owners. Wouldn't want things getting messy. I shrug it off, drive out to the river where the sunset paints everything gold, pines whispering, no emails buzzing, just peace. But next morning, bam, yellow notice slapped on the door. Usage violation 3-night max without board approval. I crumple it, burn it in the pit, thinking that's that, but Susan's wheels were already turning, her grudge fueled by some mix of power hunger and maybe jealousy over my outsider status, since I wasn't one of her cookie-cutter neighbors bowing to every whim. Back at the showdown, after the cops peel out, I think it's over. Ha, wrong. Susan starts her war machine. Drone buzzing overhead with that HOA sticker glaring, camera winking like a creepy eye. I grab my phone, record it steady. This ain't right, folks. HOA spying on private land. Post it online, and whoosh, views explode. Comments flooding in from Ohio to Texas. Karen alert! And fight back, man! Even locals at the diner chime in. Linda the waitress pouring extra coffee. Saw your vid, Alex. Stirring the pot good? Little Maddie, that sweet kid from down the road, whispers thanks for standing up. Her family fined over a damn bird feeder. It hits me then. This ain't just my fight. Susan's bullied half the creek, hiding behind property values. While her own life's a mess she won't admit. Things escalate quick. I spot workers unrolling orange fencing across my drive, chain guy looping steel around trees, bolt cutters gleaming, and Susan clipboard in hand, chin high. Violator, we're sealing this till review. I step out calm but firm. Touch my land, you're trespassing. She snaps back. Call who you like, I'm president. I dial Grant on speaker. HOA blocking my access. Sirens wail in, Grant barking. Stand down, this ain't your road. Workers hesitate, one muttering. Ma'am, maybe wait. But Susan pushes till Grant shuts her cold. You're not the law. They pack up sheepish tow truck backing off my boat, and Susan's glare could melt ice, but inside I'm thinking, Dad always said prepare for war to keep peace, his old advice echoing as I watch him go. But wait, it gets wilder. Motion cam pings. Thumbnail shows a hooded figure at the dock, spark flashing near the boat's gas line. I yell to Grant, "Fire at the dock!" Deputies sprint, extinguisher hissing, flame snuffed, and they cuff the guy. Hood drops. It's Kyle, Susan's punk kid, smirking. "Just a scare, man. You embarrassed Mom online." I stare, fists clenched. That's my grandpa's boat. Memories in every scratch. Susan rushes down, breathless. Misunderstanding. But Grant spins Kyle away. Gasoline ain't a joke. Turns out Kyle's dodged fines forever, 'cause Mom's queen bee. But this? Arson attempt charges stick, Susan's world cracking, her control slipping, 'cause deep down, her pushiness stems from losing her husband to shady deals, debts piling up, using HOA power as a shield against her own chaos. Next twist. Anonymous letter slides under the door mid-storm. Leave or worse? Boot prints in mud, cam blurred by rain. Grant ups patrols. Could be scare, could be real. Then headlights, black SUV rolls in. Susan tumbles out, chased by two goons yelling, "Pay up, Karen." I block him without thinking. "Back off!" Shove comes, but Cam flashes blind. Sirens scream, goons bolt. Susan shakes on my porch. They're after my late husband's debts. Victor Russo's crew, gambling mess I didn't know about. Fear in her eyes, real now, not the bully mask. We huddle inside, her admitting, "I thought ruling the HOA would fix everything, keep control." Me? I offer the couch. "'Cause wolves at the door trump old grudges," Dad's voice again. "Don't leave neighbors to 'em." Chase amps up. Motel hideout, power cuts. Truck rams in. Shots ring. Deputies dive. We barricade in bathroom. Hearts racing. Victor calls, growling. "Convince her to pay or you're next." Safe house next. Basement tense. Footsteps creak downstairs. Not Victor, but his ex-partner Ray, rasping. He's unhinged. Hold at quarry. Plans murder. SWAT surrounds. Negotiator calls. Shots echo Victor down. Bleeding out, cornered. Relief washes. But Susan whispers, "I caused this spiral." Yeah, her power plays invited bigger sharks, but now? HOA tries hearings anyway. Mark stammering as Attorney Lopez slams docs. "No authority here." Board squirms. Susan exposes him from the back. "I started the chaos. Alex followed rules." Vote ousts Paul Simmons, her old ally. New pres vows leave folks alone. Yet peace? Nah. County notice. Property review. Rezoning whispers for resorts. Enter Harold Vance, slick developer. Slides showing boardwalks over my cabin. Progress. He beams, but Lopez digs. Bribes to commissioners. Paul's handshake picks. Community units. Diner meetings boiling. Ain't selling our souls. Fires hit Vance's gear. Paul caught fleeing, arson rap-sticks. But Vance pushes vote. We flood hearing with proofs, neighbors' stories. This Lake's family. Opposed hands rise, plan crumbles. Vance cuffed for fraud. Orange jumpsuit erasing his shine. Folder from his office seals it. Hit list with my name top. Squeeze tactics. Lopez storms commissioners. Conspiracy. Arrests roll. Development dies. HOA reforms under steady Ben Brooks. No more meddling. Susan sells. Waves goodbye to Michigan. You saved us all, Alex. Me? Porch coffee at sunset. River calm. Kids splashing. Thinking how one stand sparked unity. Turned bullies to allies. But hey, life's funny. Power corrupts easy, right? What do you think? Was Susan redeemable? Or did she deserve the fallout? HOA hell or necessary evil? Drop your stories below, like if you've battled one. Subscribe for more real talk tales. Let's chat. Where are you tuning from?